everyone, こんにちは, Joanna です. So today we will practice two verbs that are very important in Japanese language and are the verb あるあります and いるいます. So we will be using them, learning how to use them, learning how to make sentences with them, and practicing them together. So let's go. These two verbs mean the same thing. あるあります and いるいます both mean to be or to have. We use them a lot to say what we have and also to say express location. For example, the book is on the table. The cat is under the car. So these two verbs, we do use them a lot and as a beginner are super essential. Why do we have two verbs for the same thing? First of all, ある,あります is for non-living things or things that don't move. I usually teach it as non-living things. Here in あるあります, we would use あるあります with words like book, table, car, etc. We do need to keep in mind that in あるあります, we would also put or say the plants and the flowers. So they don't move. They are alive, but they don't move. So plants and trees would go in with あるあります. And then いるいます would be only for people and animals. First thing to keep in mind, あるあります non-living things, いるいます living things. Second thing to keep in mind, usually if I want to say there is something or I have something, I will use the particle が. So not を, が. For example, I have a book. 本があります. I have a dog. 犬がいます. So this is how we would use them. But the more common thing to use them at the beginning when we start studying Japanese is using them with the prepositions of place. So what are the prepositions of place? The prepositions of place are the names of the words up, down, under, right, left, etc. So let's learn a few basic ones and let's put them into practice with あるあります and いるいます. First one, up, above, or on would be 上 in Japanese. 上. Under or below would be 下. 下. In front would be 前. 前. Behind would be 後ろ. 後ろ. Right. The right side would be, right would be 右, and left would be 左. Let's use these 6 words into a sentence. Let's imagine I want to say that the book is on the table. I usually teach my students this sentence structure because at the beginning it's easier for them to understand how to use it. So usually the first thing we say is the place where the object or person or animal is. So if I want to say the book is on the table, the first word I would say is table. So let's say テーブル, for example. テーブル table. So first thing I say is テーブル. Then I would use の. テーブルの. And then I would use the preposition of place or the place, meaning location. So in this case it's on, so I would use 上. So テーブルの上. On the table. Then I would put particle に, meaning location. So I use に. テーブルの上に. And finally I say there is a book. 本があります. So テーブルの上に本があります. Let's do another example. In front of the car, there is a cat. So remember, cat is a living thing, a living animal. So we need to use います with this one. います. So let's do it again. First we would say the place. So place in this case is car. So I say 車. Then I add の. Then I add the location or preposition of place. In this case in front. So 前. 車の前. Then I add に, meaning location, meaning place. So 車の上に. And finally I add there is a cat. So 猫がいます. I hope that give you a lot of insight into how to use the verbs あるあります and いるいます. The differences, remember particle が and two sentences to use them as an example. You can use that structure anytime you want to say where something is, so it's a very useful structure. Of course, in the future, when you keep studying, or if you study differently, you will have more insight in why we use no, why we use ni, so why we use the particles like that. But in my opinion, as a beginner, the best is to start speaking and start using, and it's not necessary to know every little detail of everything. So I hope you like this video and see you in another one. またね、ありがとう。